Hello, how are we? Welcome to another edition of Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Cambay. This is the 4th of October, um, 24, and we play Crystal Palace tomorrow in the early kickoff. And it's not been a bad week for Liverpool, beating Wolves on Saturday. Okay, it wasn't a good performance, and then obviously beating Bologna midweek in the Champions League as well. But yeah, so we go into tomorrow's game, and Arne had his press conference today, and team news. Chiesa hopefully will have trained today. But he said he'll make a decision after his involvement, and only then. Otherwise, he'll be back after the international break. Just on the injuries front, just want to bring to you. I'm sure we had loads of injuries at the beginning of the season, last season, or players were carrying knocks, but we've got fewer injuries, or had fewer injuries this season. Okay, Jota's been out, Ali's been out, obviously Chiesa, but not to the extent of 6 or 7 injuries that we were carrying at the beginning of last season. Which is really good. He was asked a question about the contracts of Verge, Trent, and Mo. Obviously, he said he's going to give the same answer, nothing really to report. He said that a few days ago at the last press conference, the Bologna one, and it's exactly the same answer. He said, you can ask me after the international break. So that's really interesting. He's just batting those away, putting them on the back burner. Whatever happens, happens. We just have to live by the decisions the clubs or the players make. It would be great if they all did sign, but if they didn't and they wanted to move on, that's fine. That's just football. And some of you might not agree with this sentiment, but I've had it all the time. I've been a Liverpool fan. Look, players will come and go. Supporters will always be there. Managers come and go. Supporters will always be there. Every season. We'll just, so as you say, ask the question again after the shite international break that we've got. So 12:30 kickoff. He was asked about, is he concerned about that? And he went, no. He said, because we train at 12 o'clock. So he said the players should be ready for that game, which I thought was really interesting, because he said that he was asked, look, should players be sort of like, or clubs be considered when they've had a European game during the midweek? And he said, look, in Holland, the Dutch league, they look after teams who have played midweek and don't give them the early kickoffs. It's also different in Holland. I think they only play 34 league games. They don't have a League Cup competition, whereas in this country we have a League Cup competition and we play 38 games. So play a lot of football in this country, domestically. Obviously 2 cup competitions, and if I'm honest, if you took in the under 21s, what they're involved in, it's basically 4 competitions domestically. So he says there should be no excuses from his players to sort of like be ready for that game and be ready to challenge. That was really good. Then question was asked about Darwin Núñez. Interesting answer that he gave. Said that we should be making sure as a team that Darwin is in the right place for us to feed him, for him to score goals. He said that the wingers were contributing, but he said Jota and Darwin in a roundabout way. Jota's got a couple, so but the forward should be contributing, but it's a team as a whole to try and get them into those positions for them to score. Again, he also said that it's up to him and his coaching staff to make sure get the best out of his forwards, and which was interesting because obviously Darwin, although the Reds love him, it is his third season now with Liverpool, and he should be firing. But as I said in my last video, I think he's out of all sorts, and I don't know. It's only Darwin can make the improvement for me on the pitch. So yeah. So we won all our 3 away games this season, which is good. Okay. Performances, you can take or leave. It was a tough start at Ipswich. Ipswich just got promoted, so obviously they were in a bit of an atmosphere on the first game of the season at their place. Yeah, Manchester United, that was probably our polished performance away. And then we had the Wolves game where sometimes it wasn't good on the eye, but we did get the job done, and we got the 3 points. Crystal Palace, saw a stat today that we haven't been beaten there since 2014. But you know what? It's a tough place to go to. It really, really is. We seem to have a real battle. And Arne said that, look, they're in a false position, just like Wolves. He mentioned about Wolves last season, so he said he doesn't expect them to be there long. But they have sold a few of their players this season, and they're not playing very well. But they did get a draw against United, didn't they? So, but yeah, so it'll be a tough game. I expect us to go there and win. Arne was asked, by one reporter, are Liverpool getting carried away where they are in the league? It was a strange question really to ask, and Arne said straight away, no, this is Liverpool. We don't think like that. He said there are players that have won the Premier League that are still in the team. Obviously Mo, Verge, Ali, Robbo, Trent. So he said, no, we don't think like that. We take it game by game, and yeah, there's, we're up there on merit really. Other teams haven't been getting the points around us or dropping points, but we seem to be, other than the Forest game, which we're still harping on about, aren't we? Because it was a game that we didn't deserve to get anything out of. But yeah, he said, look, got experienced players here. It's only 6 games in. He knows there will be an acid test sooner or later. He is a very, very good and astute coach. He knows after the international break, it's going to be bang, 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 bang. And yeah, so he's well prepared for that. He's not looking beyond tomorrow's game. Somebody mentioned the international break. Look, there was 10 players that had played the full games, and some others hadn't, and he's aware of that. He said that it was the journos that got him to, gave him that information. So yeah, he was asked, would it be, well, in a roundabout way, will he be talking to the international managers, whether they'd you know, to give less game time, but it just is what it is. You know, I mean, I find it astonishing that you know, we can get into a season and then all of a sudden the season stops for 2 weeks because players are flying all over the world playing meaningless international football games. So yeah. Nothing really else to explain apart from my team prediction. I don't think he's going to be a million miles off the team that played on Wednesday. I think Jota will start. I think he's a bit more cleverer than Nunes. And, you know, we need to, and the three midfielders will be there because that seems to be his preferred choice unless they're carrying little slight knocks or anything. The bench will be strong again, and we can't argue with that, you know. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting watch tomorrow. As I said, I predicted a win. They are dangerous at Palace. We always seem to concede against them at their place. I've gone for a 3-1, but it might be another 2-1, and it might be like the Wolves game. But we'll just have to see how good the muscle memory is following Wednesday's game against Bologna at Anfield. So yeah. Okay, if you like this video, please give me a like, please share, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, this is all things Liverpool on Up the Reds TV, and I will speak to you tomorrow after I've watched the game and do another video on the post-match. Okay, enjoy your Friday evening. I'm on the old whiskey tonight, so I'll just have a couple of those, wink wink, before I settle down for the rest of the evening. Okay, enjoy your Friday evening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Up the Reds.